Hello everyone, welcome back to the SDL tutorial series. This is SDL tutorial number 3, and in this video we're going to be rendering an image on the screen, which is going to be quite exciting. I can't say that. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and do this. So there is going to be quite a little change from the last tutorial, the second tutorial. I did a lot of mistakes in the second tutorial. A lot of things that I could optimize. I could have optimized in the second tutorial, and I have realized that, so we're going to be optimizing a whole lot of code today, and we're also going to be putting images on screen. So yeah, this should be quite fun. I'm also on Linux. The code is the same, it's just my setup is a little different, but your code should be the same, hopefully, and my code should be the same as well. Like, the code is just the same, the environment is just a little different, that's all. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this. So I actually did change a little bit of the code. I forgot to tell this, but it's not much of a difference. Like, let me actually load this. This is the old code. This is actually my new GitHub. The old GitHub I lost, so I'll put the new GitHub in the description box below so that you guys can go ahead and check it out. Anyways, so the source, you can see here the game.cpp. This is the old code, and what I have with me is the new code. A lot of optimization has been done, so let's go ahead and review each file. Like, you can see the game.cpp is much smaller, a lot more optimized, and way better. So you can see here that I just completely annihilated the init function here. Like, I've removed it completely. The reason is it was just quite annoying to work with, and it will be way more annoying to work with in the future, so I had to remove the init function for a good reason. So what I'm doing different is, like, creating the window and all is no longer inside the init function. Like, you're not going to be creating the window here. You're just going to remove the entire init function and put it in the constructor, which is what I did. So I just removed, it's basically the same code. Like, you just put it into the constructor, add the parameters that you added to the init function here. Also, once this video is over, this GitHub should change into the new code, so you can review the old code with the new code. So if you're, if you're stuck. But anyways, let's go ahead and see that this is changed. So this is changed from this. So you can see a lot of bullshit is removed, and it's really completely optimized. We're also going to be removing this run function today, because I didn't want to do it off screen so that you guys don't feel really annoyed of me. Yeah. As I said, the init function is gone, and that's basically all that has changed. And in the main.cpp, let's actually go ahead and see that. Main.cpp, you can see it's really small. It was quite nice, it looks quite nice, but now it looks a little better. As I said, the parameters you have to add. So once you're creating the game, you just add parentheses and then you put in the parameters. Game.run, and then basically everything's the same. Also, remove, let's go ahead and see the game.hpp as well, so that you guys are not confused at all. Why did I click the mouse 3 times? Anyways, you can see here that the init function is no more as I removed it, and all the parameters are in the game constructor, and I've removed these variables here, the in-screen. I've just put them here so that we can still use them. I don't really think we need the underscores. I'll probably remove those later on anyways. And we still have the game state thing, the enum. It's cool. I guess we'll keep it for a little bit until I get annoyed of it later on. Because I'm so annoyed of everything. Like, I have turned from virgin C++ coder to a GigaChad coder. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue this tutorial series. By the way, this will be in the description with the new code, of course. I won't be giving you guys old code because I don't want to do that. Why did I add these? I'm such an idiot. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and start coding. So what I want to do is, as I said, I wanted to remove the run function as well because it's quite annoying. So I'll be doing that on screen today so that you guys don't have to be annoyed of me. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So these two functions will be gone because I just want to put them all in the main function. Like, the game loop should be in the main function. I like that idea because it's more natural to me and it's quite easier for me to implement new stuff. But if you're not into it, then you can keep this and skip forward. But you'll have to be conscious of what you're coding along with me. So let's remove these functions as well as run. So we'll just remove these. So basically all we need is, I don't even think we need a deconstructor either. Like, yeah, we don't need a deconstructor either. So we'll just remove these functions and we'll go through them. Yeah, so let's just remove these. Actually, I want them for reference because I want to remember what I'm doing. So we can just remove the game.run function here, and we're going to do it on our own. So while game state, I think that's what we called it. Yep. Also, remove the underscores, man. Like, it's quite freaking annoying. Yeah. Okay, while this is happening, as I said, no more underscores. Well, this is not equal to game state colon exit. I remember that. I think, yeah. Yep, okay. Then we will make another while loop. This is like, I don't know, a nested while loop. And then we're going to do handle events because that's what we're doing here. So, yeah. Okay, so SDL underscore event, and then we make the poll event. Okay, so we're just doing that. Okay, that's what we're doing. And then SDL underscore poll event, we get reference to the event. We don't want a duplicate, we just want what we have right now. And then we'll make the switch statement, not that, switch with event.type, and then case SDL underscore quit, which means when we hit the quit button. I think that's it. Yep. Then game state equals game state colon exit, and we break. Alright, cool. That should do it. Just like the same thing that we've been doing here. Okay, so now we can just completely annihilate this code. I love the I'm like using the word annihilate a lot these days. And I think that's it. Like, we have the same thing. If I run this now, it's building. If you can't tell. Build finished, and get errors. Oh yeah, I forgot. We need to, so right. Okay, so yeah. What I did was I just did that. And also I forgot to tell you guys that I put game state into public instead of private so that we can access it. Let's build, come on, build. Yay, we got our window, woohoo! Okay, so we got our basic window, which is not refreshing, which is not drawing anything on the screen, which is not drawing a frog on the screen, which is why I'm sad right now. So let's go ahead and put something on the screen. So we're going to need a few functions, like most of them are going to be private, but some of them are going to be public. So the public ones are going to be SDL underscore texture pointer load texture, which is going to be a function which will take an SDL. Actually, no, this will just take a const car car file path. So we're loading a texture from this, and we need the file path. So we can just pass in this file path, which is res gfx frog. And render. So we're gonna make a void render. Yeah, void render. This is going to take an SDL texture pointer text. The reason we're putting a pointer here is because it's the same thing as I said for the window and the renderer. SDL is using them, so we have to reference them like somewhere else in their code base, which we should not be taking out. So this is why. And then we'll need some other functions here. Now I'm gonna make a function called cleanup, and this is for like destroying our window properly, because like it's going to cause some errors. We'll also make a display function to display things, and a void clear function to clear the screen. So these are the three functions we'll need. These are going to be private because they are like basically just for the game and not for like, they're not like going to be like a part of, they're going to, oh my god, what am I saying? They're going to be a part of the game, but just not for the entire thing. They're just going to be just for the game class and not for like everything else. Like there wouldn't be a use case for these anywhere else other than the game class. Yeah, that's a valid reason. Okay, let's go ahead and do the load texture first, because that should be fun. So let's make the function SDL texture pointer, and then game::load texture. This takes a const char pointer file path. And yeah, so we're gonna make a SDL texture called text, and we're gonna just make it equal to null. Okay, so next we're gonna set text equal to image_load texture. Now this is a function from SDL_image, which is a package that we combined with SDL so that we can make image rendering easier. Now, if we do not have SDL image in our project, then we would have to use OpenGL, which is also pretty good but quite tedious, and I want this tutorial series to be sane. I want you guys to be sane, and I don't want you guys to turn into insane. I don't want to turn insane because I hate OpenGL. It's really annoying. But I mean, it's good. Like if you use OpenGL with SDL, the image rendering can be super high quality, like because you're coding it. The more you optimize your code, the more like faster your image will be, which is probably why some people do use OpenGL with SDL. But since we already have this library SDL_image, we're just going to use it. Like screw you at OpenGL, screw it. And what this takes is the renderer and the file path. So you give the file path, and that's it. Cool. Next, that's basically it. Now we want to check whether our text is like not loading. For example, if we give a wrong file path, which happens to me a lot of times when I'm coding. Like for example, when I'm doing Pygame, like I put the wrong file path, and I do get an error, and I also want the error for this engine that we're making in SDL. So if text is still equal to null, even though we gave a file path, then it probably is a false file path. Then we can just say image couldn't load from file path, and then we'll give the file path because we already have the variable, and then we'll set an error, and then we'll say SDL_get error, which is a cool function to print out the error, return the error, and then we'll just say std end line, and that's it. Also, since we're using SDL texture, we have to return a texture, so we can just return text. Okay, cool. That's it. That's our load texture function. Pretty simple. Let's go ahead and do these three functions and get this video over with because it's probably already too long. So void
let's do display first. Game::display. No. Okay, and then void game colon clear. Come on, man. I suck at typing. Void game cleanup.
I'm gonna do cleanup first because it's really fast. What we just do is SDL underscore destroy window, and we just pass in the window. That's it. And then for clear, what we do is SDL underscore render clear. We pass in the renderer. What this does is it like refreshes all the time, so it updates the screen over and over again. So we're gonna have to put this in the while loop, and then display will display the render. So SDL underscore render present, I think, and then we just put renderer. Like if we get an error, I know it's not present and it's something else, but I'm 100% sure it's present. Okay, let's make it 95%. And I think that's it. Yeah, these are the 4 functions that we coded today. Good progress. Let's go ahead and put a freaking image on the screen already. Like, you guys are probably tired as hell, but let's go ahead and do this. Oh, goddamn, this has been so long. So let's go ahead and put a texture here. So SDL underscore texture pointer, and I'll call this frog. And it's gonna be equal to game.load texture res gfx, and I think I don't remember what I called the file. Frog underscore lg. Now it's white, you can't see it because it's a mystery. So frog underscore lg.png. Don't forget your semicolons. Okay, we made one mistake. We want to put clear and display actually as public functions. I keep messing up. Actually, no, I did not mess up. We're actually gonna make our run function again. God damn it. I knew we were gonna have to use it at some point. So the run function, we're just gonna put in the while loop, which will, yeah. It's a basic function, so you guys don't have to cry over it. So void run, no params. We're gonna go here. We're gonna actually do this above load texture, because it's an aesthetic freaking function. So game run, and I'm just gonna say display and clear. So that's all we're gonna need, like display and clear. That's it. That's our run function. So freaking simple. And then we are going to put it here in our while loop. So first we're gonna actually render the frog. So game.render, and then we give our frog. And then game.run. And there we go. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, if this messes up, I'm gonna cry. Come on, and we got an error. I did make a render function, but I just didn't code it out yet. Okay, that's what happened. It isn't my fault, guys. It isn't my fault. Actually, it is my fault. It is my fault. So let's void. I think it's, yeah, render game render. And this takes a SDL texture pointer called text. We'll just call it text. I think I called it text, right? Yeah, we call it text. And then we'll say SDL underscore render copy. And we give the renderer, I think. Yeah, we give the renderer the text, and then we'll just say null. The reason we're putting null is because we don't have a source rect and a destination rect. We'll make those later on, like maybe in the next video for scaling. Actually, you know what? We'll just do it right now.
Okay, so let's go ahead and make them right now. So SDL underscore rect, and we'll call this source. Yeah, just call it source. And we'll say source.x equal to 0, source.y equal to 0, and then source.width. I actually need to see what the width and height of this is. 128 and 120. So 128, and then source.height 128, and now we're gonna make the dest rect. So dst.x equals, we'll put it at 0, same thing. And then dst.y equals 0. As I said, these are hard-coded values, like hard-coded values. Like, we'll make an entity component system later on. And yeah.
Now, instead of these nulls, we're going to say source and the direct reference of it and DST, the direct reference. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That should work. And if I hit F7, come on, please, frickin' show on the screen. Okay, we got an error. Okay, I put them in the wrong place. They're supposed to be in front. I'm such an idiot. In front of the frickin' things. There we go. Let's run F7. Come on, please. I want to see my froggy on the screen. Yay! We see our freaking frog on the screen, guys. How freaking cool is that? Okay, it's not cool at all. It's just a frog, but we see him on the screen, which is good progress. And yeah, I'll leave this tutorial here now. If you have any doubts or concerns, please do put them in the comment section below. I will probably upload next year.